guys, welcome to my fall cozy night routine. Today I thought I would just show you what I like to do to unwind, what I like to do on a daily basis when the world is just being all sad and nostalgic. There's like a beauty in the tragedy, you know what I mean? Like autumn season sweater weather. It's actually sweater weather here in Vancouver right now, which is why I'm wearing a really like cozy sweater. Yeah, so I just love when the leaves get all crunchy and like you get to wear on your cutest clothes and just, it's just such a mood. Enjoy this video, and future me is gonna be so jealous of past me because I'm in Vancouver right now and it's my last day here. So if you guys haven't already, then check out my vlogs. I have like 21 billion of them. Let's get on with it. Things that I've basically been planning to do for like my entire life is writing a novel. And so I started a novel like, I don't know, a bajillion times, a bajillion years ago. And I reread like the points that I had a couple months ago and realized that they were complete trash. So right now I'm deciding to start a new one with like kind of the same idea, but this time I'm gonna stick with it because nature and fall just gives me so much inspiration. It can just inspire me to like write more about the seasons and like poetic, in a kind of like a poetic way. Just have fun with it and just like late nights when I have cup of coffee. So I'm really excited about that. A moody playlist that I love to play is folklore. I think it's such a magical jam. It's just such haunting vibes, you know, like you feel like you're like a little elf in a forest, just like, I don't know, just like everything about it is just very like enchanting. So, oh, of course the train is. Something else that I'm really trying to do more of is read. Like I do work in publishing, and so I feel like sometimes like I have to read specific books for work, and so it gives me less time to read books that I really would rather like or enjoy. And recently, I don't know about you guys, but because of social media, I found myself being completely distracted. Like I'll read like a page or two and then I'll just get so distracted. I used to read so much, but recently it's been really tough, so I'm just really trying to read more. And one of my favorite authors is Adriana Trigiani. She wrote one of the most gorgeous historical romance novels called The Shoemaker's Wife, which is about like a war story. It's like based on a war story of her family and how this girl grew up in like the Italian Alps, and this like poor boy as well, like this poor orphan, and how they grew up like in the same place, and then they both traveled at different times to New York to like find work, and then he went to the war, and then they found each other there, like 'cause they were like childhood long lost souls, and they just like bumped into each other basically, and it's just such a beautiful story, so I very much recommend it. So it's always so nice to light a candle. Our Airbnb here has so many cool literally everything about this place is gorgeous and perfect, but even like the candles are so aesthetically pleasing. So I like to just put on a couple candles. Then they have like such a cool Bluetooth speaker, again so aesthetically pleasing. So I like to connect that to like folklore or like some other haunting magical vibes, and yeah, either read a book beside a candle or catch up on some TV, or just like completely let go of the world. Something else that I'm always trying to do as well is write more like poetic captions on my Instagram. So I've been posting a lot of travel content just because I was like in Banff for 1 week, in Vancouver for 1 week. So I'm really pushing myself, like giving myself writing prompts so I can just like write something like really meaningful or like poetic, like something that I can look back on and just like really be proud of myself for, because that's what I see Instagram basically as, like my diary, my blog. So I definitely like to sometimes, like if I'm really inspired, usually I'm really inspired late at night, but sometimes if I'm really inspired, I'll just like whip out my notes app and just like write all my thoughts down and then schedule that for the next day and post that. So that's like something that's really important to me and I love doing at nighttime as well. Now since it's fall time, I love just like being all cozy, like in my sweater, or you know, just a cozy blanket where you can just feel warm and fuzzy and that your soul is just completely like enveloped in this like little fort of happiness. So that's what I like to do in the fall time as well. In the evening times, usually after work, it's hard to find time to kind of really do things that you enjoy doing just because you get so tired, you know, like the adulting life is just really tiring. So some nights I won't be able to accomplish all the things that I'm doing in this video. It's just kind of like a mix of everything that I like to do, and that I just mix and match it on whatever day I'm feeling it, whatever day I'm in the mood for. Something else that I've really been learning about myself is that I love to cook when I'm by myself. So in this trip, I've basically been cooking every other day. I love finding recipes that I've just done at home or things that my mom has done and just like feel inspired to try to do them as well, and they actually turn out really amazing. So today I'm making kind of like a burrito style night again. We did it the other night and we loved it so much that I'm doing it again today. So we're making some rice, some beans and chicken, some guacamole, and just some other little toppings here and there that I can wrap in my burrito and just have an amazing night. Cooking is obviously not for everyone, and when you're stuck at work and you come home after the commute and everything like that, I mean, unless you're working from home, but even when you're working from home, I find that my eyes are just getting so burnt out from looking at the screen for literally 24 hours. So it's hard to literally accomplish things after work. It's hard not to make work your number one priority in life and just completely envelop your entire soul in your work and like your entire identity. So I think it's really important to try to find kind of like mini hobbies that can make you happy. And so food like this, dinners like this make me really happy, so that's what we're doing tonight. As well, something else that I'm trying to develop is more habits. So I'm really trying my best to like I said, like write every single day, finish a novel by December, do more fitness activities since I'm working from home, more like running, maybe not daily because that's a little too extreme, but eating less carbs after this trip, of course. Future Karina, let me know how that's going, and just running more, just being more healthier version of myself. Guys, something else that I really highly recommend is the Netflix TV series Anne with an E. Honestly, I've said it before in a vlog, but it is such a fall mood, so like heart aching and tragical. It's about this girl who has just such a beautiful like romantical view of life, which I feel like I relate to a lot, but she's like more goofier and more like creative, more just like seeing the world in her thoughts and feelings and creations. Very beautiful. There's a very cute romance story. I promise you guys are gonna love it. I've just been really inspired to talk about the topic of just adulting and independence and freedom. Like, I feel so free on this vacation. It's just so nice to be independent and be completely on my own, and that just brings a lot of like thoughts in my brain about how we are just so expected to grow up so quickly, and like in your 20s you're already expected to do everything, like either have like a really steady relationship or be married or have a great dream life career, or you know, just have your own life, and like all of these like pressures weigh so heavily on your heart that it just causes you to look down upon yourself because you compare yourself to other people's journey and how they're doing in their life, and because of that you think you're always behind. Like, I always feel like I'm behind in life and I'm only 22 years old. It's actually crazy. Like it's crazy. Like, why do we do this to ourselves? Why? It's really important to find a way to be content in the moment, and that's one of my biggest hardships I feel like in life. But this Vancouver vacation has really taught me to like slow down, because every single day just felt so slow. It felt like the hours were like dragging on, but like not dragging, obviously I was having the time of my life, but it just like really forced me to slow down. And sometimes we're just like work, and then trying to climb higher in the work life, and just like, I don't know, we just work so hard that we lose sight of what's really important, and we lose sight of why we're living life. And like, this is not why we live in this world. We live to see beautiful experiences and things that just let us just like lose our breaths, like beautiful sights and very precious like friendship moments and just conversations where you can relate to people, and just feeling like you really know yourself, like you're really becoming who you're always meant to be and who you're supposed to be. And I think those feelings are really underrated, and they're very overlooked, you know, because self-improvement, I think, is the one thing that you're always learning and you're always working towards. And I think those are the things that just matter more in life. Like, honestly, like everything else, everything materialistic, everything that you're always looking to attain in life, like bigger house, a more important job so you can tell your friends and your family's friends that, oh my gosh, I work here, like look at me, I'm so important. Like none of that matters. None of that matters. As long as you're doing things that light your soul on fire. Obviously life is not always rainbows and butterflies, but I just mean that you have to live to chase those like experiences and chase those feelings, and I think that's just what makes life all worth it. So that's just something that I've been learning. I hope you enjoyed my fall night routine. Fall just makes me tingle all over. Like I can't even explain how magical it makes me feel. Like coats are my thing. I have like literally 100 coats in my closet that I just like to put on and just feel all like fashionable and cool with. Boots are just like another level of excitement. I love wearing high knee boots that are basically up to my shorts. And just like fall attire, just basically also magical. And yeah, Victoria Island and basically Vancouver has had a really early start to fall. So literally, like most of the trees are already orangey, reddish, and like all the leaves are crunchy beside like Stanley Park and stuff like that. So it's such a dream, and it's just so amazing to kind of observe nature slowly rusting basically and falling apart, and just finding the beauty in that, because it really is so magical. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye. And future Karina, if you're watching, be jealous, because this view is unmatched. Bye.